So, but why instead of selling your feet, why don't you go out and sell ideas?
Well, the marketplace is very lucrative for a certain type of idea.
Right. There's a certain type of ideas and the people are interested in the ideas.
Yeah. So, for instance, I'm sharing my ideas, right? And it's not very profitable, and that's okay because it's the right thing to do. But if I wanted to take a more lucrative route, I could do things like, feminists are really what's wrong with America, right?
Get that Coke money.
Yeah. You know what the problem is with education? The teachers, okay? Let's go after the teachers. The unions, those are the really bad guys that we need to go after. Like, that's what would make me money.
There's a lot of ideas in that.
Lots of ideas, right.
All right, so Anna, I do want to spend a few minutes with you making fun of Dave Rubin, but I gotta tell you, I'm a little, look, I'm willing to do a lot of shit, but I don't particularly want to get sued. And there is some uncovered audio, and I should just I'll just bury the lead. Half of this audio is real, half of this audio is fake. But I think Dave Rubin might be, in his way, definitely demonstrating that he's watching our shit.
Oh, for sure.
And B, I think he's got some pretty clear impulses going on about what he wants to do about it. Can we play the Prager University sketch, please?
Thoughts on two separate topics, cobbling them together, and then suggesting that was my position. It was just an open lie.
Was this a public person? This is
a public person.
This is an actual, with a name.
There's a human. There's a human.
Yeah, not just an anonymous account. So what do you do in a case like that? Okay, you can defend yourself. I get it. We've all done this, but I'm starting to think that that's not enough. And it's an odd place, and I had Robert Barnes here a couple weeks ago, the lawyer, and it's like, it's an odd place for the free speech guys to be going, we have to figure out what are the legal protections around speech, because it's so not.
And I hate it.
This is the worst position for me to possibly be in.
Right.
Worst position for me to possibly be in.
Right.
Worst position for me to possibly be in.
Right.
Worst position for me to possibly be in. Worst position for me to possibly be in.
Moments later, in the PragerU locker room beneath Dennis Prager's house, Dave Rubin is dissatisfied with Ben Shapiro's lack of receptivity to the idea of weakening the First Amendment so the intellectual dark web can sue people who dunk on them online.
This feels kind of weird because first it seemed like he didn't necessarily want to come to my wedding anniversary and even bake a cake. And now he's not interested in the idea of suing people that make fun of us. And it is a strange position to be in because I'm the free market guy. And I believe in markets and ideas and freedom and ideas and markets. But couldn't it be, and I really think I'm onto something here, that it might be the government that makes it illegal for someone to call me stupid? And I wish there was more receptivity in that. Oh, look, is that a dog?
Are we scared of Dave suing us for calling him a fucking idiot?
He'd have to think in order to go through the process of suing someone, right? No, he's not a fat fuck. Alex Jones is, though. I'm just stating the facts. Like, people get upset at the facts, but we've all seen the pictures, the before and after.
The before. No, but it's just, Dave Rubin, and it's just wild. Because you, are literally, you're up at 6 a.m., you're doing all your story, and he's just like, yeah, I'm interested in ideas.
But here's the thing that I don't understand.
What is the fucking deal with this guy?
Well, so I think that grifting is a special skill, right? I don't respect it, but I think that you need to at least know your shit and know how to back up your argument. Even if it's like a BS argument, you need to have an argument. Yeah. And he doesn't even do the legwork to be a grifter. right? Like, how do you agree to a 3-hour podcast with Joe Rogan where you're gonna have to talk about your positions and not do a little, like, okay, what should my talking points be, right?
Who wants
Maybe
government saying that electric wires should be not next to water? Who's gonna help you with that? Did you see though what he did a couple weeks ago?
No, I didn't see
Okay, I'm
what
sorry
he
to
did.
interrupt, but somebody tweeted this at me and they said, watch Dave Rubin do an impersonation of you doing an impersonation of him. And he's literally, you saw this, this was the Tim Pool shit, where he's like, you were on Joe Rogan a lot. And first of all, if Tim Pool has you on your back heel, god damn. He's like, a lot of people gave you a hard time about that Joe Rogan thing, and he's just, because of the stuff about that you said about building protection, or is it, and Dave Rubin, what I love is Dave Rubin does the like, yeah, as in like, please stop, shut, fuck you. And then he goes, and he's like, yeah, it was about building, I'm interested in ideas.
Just,
He literally said he was interested in ideas.
how many times do you need to make a fool out of yourself before you try to figure out how you're gonna have an argument? Like, an argument to back up your ridiculous ideas. And also, you're gonna make strong comments about how Amazon is better than the post office. Just, can you please at least figure out how Amazon works logistically and whether or not they contract the post office?
Wait, what? The post office part of Amazon?
That's an idea I didn't even think about.
Well, if Amazon bought the post office and I didn't learn about that, that would be really cool.
Look, I feel like at this point, most people know he's a fraud.
Right.
But, I mean, you guys have no idea how
Your
difficult
opinion.
it was.
Don't sue us, Dave. It's an
This
opinion.
was
Who, for all we know, you could be super earnest and shit. I think when we call you stupid, it's pretty descriptive. That's more like an objective versus subjective. But anyways, go ahead.
Agreed. When he first left, I mean, he left on good terms. And then when he went on his shit-talking tour.
Wait, he left on good, so he was like Judas Dum Dum? Like, what happened?
He left, right? He even did a video with Jank, like a departing video. And it was very positive and
Motherfucking snake.
Yeah. Everything was good. And then all of a sudden, I remember the first thing that happened was he started bad-mouthing us the first time he was on Rogan's podcast. And he claimed that we edit things out of interviews, which we don't. And I think he was specifically talking about the Sam Harris debate that Cenk had, which was literally 3 hours long. There was nothing edited out of it.
Let me tell you something. It was literally 3 hours long.
It was. But
Fuck,
anyway,
that was 3 hours long.
it was so hard to remain quiet, especially for someone like me, as he was just going around lying about us, lying about why he left, lying about what his ideology is. And so for years, literally years, I told myself, okay, I'm not that person. I'm not gonna badmouth him. I'm just gonna let this go.
And I was on the left shoulder like, Anna, you are that person. You're that person. Be that person on TMBS. Dave's a fucking idiot. Let's talk about it. Be some good YouTube clips.
And that day came. It came.
It came too,
Yeah.
and you dropped the bomb.
But it was hard. When people didn't know he was a fraud yet, and they actually thought we were the bad guys, I was like, what? All things dark come to light. Just wait. Just wait. And then little by little, I mean, again, if you're gonna be a grifter, you are gonna go out there, you're gonna make your arguments, but people are gonna ask questions. And if you don't have answers to those questions, you're gonna be revealed as a fraud. By the way, the thing that got me through it was listening to you and Sam make fun of him. I was like, I love this. This is therapy. And they get it, and hopefully others will too. And of course, later they did. So.
Such assholes.
No.
We know it's great. I love it. I'm happy
the world
that we
needs
are.
assholes
Yeah.
like you guys.
No, we're assholes for the righteous. Just tormenting Dave. The fact that the dude literally cannot say our name most of the time.
No. Don't worry about those guys. Don't worry about those guys.
No. I'm reading Jon Stewart Mill.
Did you see that even Quillette knows that Dave Rubin's a fraud now?
Quillette, yeah, touch on this for a minute.
So Quillette posted a piece saying, why is the IDW, the intellectual dark web, why is it all right-wingers? And Dave Rubin got upset because that it specifically explained that he was a right-winger hanging out with Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens.
That's brand.
I got a tweet from Dave Rubin to the editor of Quillette right here. It says, sad turn, Claire. You guys got crushed on a garbage piece. Your own publication refuted part of its basis. All you had to do was not double down. You defended yourself all the time on here when you get unfairly attacked. Not sure what's going on with you. And Claire Lehman, who's not good, don't follow her.
Right.
But she responded saying, it was mild, rational criticism. Stop being a big baby.
And then I saw Dave put out a tweet where he said, I'm going to New Jersey for a few days. And then he had a Sopranos gif that was like, what? And I just tweeted out, I quote tweeted it with 2 thumbs down emojis. And then I put hashtag ideas. So that's the level I'm operating at. Can you tell, you're gonna come back up for the game obviously, but what is one thing that you actually are optimistic about right now? I do wanna know.
It's cautious optimism because it's so early, but following Bernie's performance on the Fox News Town Hall. So I was talking about this a little bit, off stage, but one of the things that really stood out to me was there's this podcast I listen to called Left, Right, and Center, and Rich Lowry, who's the conservative, he writes for National Review and all that. Look, I don't agree with him on the vast majority of things, but he's actually...
That's very tribal. He gave the thumbs up.
He's at least reasonable. Like he's not like a Trump era Republican, which is good.
So like maybe we put him in the gulag for a couple years.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
again, policy-wise,
just give him a little workout.
Just a little bit. But he was commenting on Bernie's performance, and he had nothing but positive things to say. And when you have a conservative saying, you know what, this is what I respect about him, he has a message that he genuinely believes. And he is ready to share those ideas and back them up because he feels sincere about them. And, that, I think Bernie does have this ability to reach across the aisle in a legit way, not in a bullshit like, we need bipartisanship, i.e. we're gonna concede to Republicans on everything, right? That's not what Bernie's about. Bernie actually understands the economic frustrations that unite us all, regardless of political ideology.
It's just so awesome to do work with you, Anna. You're fucking
Thank you.
awesome. I appreciate you so
you.
much.
I feel the same way.
And you're gonna come back on and play Tony Robbins or Mussolini with us.
Can't wait.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Anna Kasparian. Where are you going, Matt? All right. You've just watched a Michael Brooks show video, and you can watch all of our full main live shows every Tuesday night at around 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and subscribe to get all of the clips you want. We're covering the globe. We're focusing on international relations, the intellectual dark web. We're having fun. We're doing deep dives with a lot of amazing guests. Of course, become a patron for the whole thing at patreon.com/TMBS, or subscribe to this YouTube channel and help us keep growing and get that content out there. Subscribe below.